Well, welcome back into the Mid-Norfolk garden, and those of you who have watched our videos of this conservatory on the side of the old farmhouse will have seen it full of geraniums over the last couple of years. But this year we had to undertake quite a major repair work to the wooden frame and window sills on this conservatory. It hadn't been touched or repaired by a carpenter for almost 10 years now, and the woodwork was starting to show some rot in the frames. Now, we initially planned to get quite a bit of this cut out and repaired by a carpenter, but getting a tradesperson in to do this type of conservation work this summer proved a task beyond us. And what we eventually decided, as we were running out of time, was to just do a running repair on this. So the woodwork has all been cleaned back, any rot scraped out. I've used an awful lot of this wood hardener, which is like a plasticizer, and then there's an awful lot of wood filler gone into this frame, sanded it all back, further coats on, and we've just finished repainting the upper frame and repositioning some of these glass roof tiles, which had started to slip in some of the mounts on the outer side, and were letting the water in, which was really precipitating the rot. Problem here was water was coming in, slipping down those rafters, and then collecting around the base of the windows and on the sills, and they were where the worst of the rot was. While we've had everything out, we've repainted all the staging, which is all looking very nice. Very little, if no repair really, was necessary on that. And we've also relined all the lime plaster. This is actually a lime plaster finish, which has just been scraped out into a block appearance. But that was all starting to look quite mildewy and algae and a bit mucky after 10 years. So a fresh coat of lime, and it only took one on this. Went on very, very well. A big old money plant, which we're quite superstitious about, in the corner, lifted out nicely. We've tidied all that up, given it a fresh top dressing of compost and a good water, and actually it had a good thrashing down of rain to wash it, and it really is looking quite shiny as a consequence. Grows nicely in here all year round. Just finished flowering before we took it out, but it's all been cleaned up, and I've got a few young cuttings off that which I've just potted up to come on. And now I'm just starting to bring some of these geraniums that we've had out on the side of the swimming pool back in, and deadheading those again, giving them a top dressing, getting all the dead leaves out before they come back in, and we'll start arranging these onto the shelves. I'm also taking the opportunity to clean all these old shelving trays that we've had. There's an accumulation of very old ones going back probably to the 1950s, some of them that are very hard, brittle sort of plastic, quite badly stained from our borehole water here with the iron and orangey pink pigments that come out of here. You can see I've washed those down and scraped them. I daren't scrape them any further, these old ones. They really are quite brittle. I don't want to lose them because they're quite, well, irreplaceable in that shape and size. The modern ones tend to be what you're looking at there, a softer, more malleable plastic, not quite as attractive, and they're certainly more standout on this colour scheme than the old cream ones that we've got in place. So I'm very pleased with the restoration work we've done in here now. Looking rather bare, very echoey in here, but now we're going to gradually start cleaning up all these geraniums and start arranging them. Don't know whether we're going to do a colour mix or a colour sequence. We've got the classic shocking orange ones that we've grown here for years to come in on the back, and a really nice compact deep crimson red one that I usually grow on this front staging along the top, and it flowers really reliably, doesn't get over leggy. So we'll probably repeat that planting, and then on this area here I'll bring in the pinks and have those as a separate display, and hopefully bringing them into the warm environment that we've still got in here and should have for August and September should really bring them into a second flush if we feed and water those over the first couple of weeks. So here's hoping that we can show you this conservatory in full flower again with its collections of geraniums and pelargoniums in about a month's time.